там земелька.
A Su-34 fighter bomber crashed in the Volgograd region of Russia on Saturday, July 27th. The loss of the aircraft was officially confirmed by the Russian Ministry of Defense. Photos and videos from eyewitnesses showing the burning at the crash site of a Russian Su-34 bomber are posted on Russian social media and Telegram channels. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, the Su-34 crashed during a scheduled training flight. It is reported that the crew of 2 people had ejected, and their lives were not in danger. The preliminary cause of the Su-34 fighter bomber's crash is a technical malfunction. Su-34 fighter bombers are actively used by the Russian invaders in the war against Ukraine. They are carriers of a large range of missile and bomb weapons used by the Russians. They are dropping UMPK-guided bombs and launching cruise missiles at civilian targets in Ukraine. Because of this activity, Su-34s suffer the most losses among other Russian aircraft. As previously reported, in June of this year, a Su-34 fighter bomber of the Russian Aerospace Forces crashed in the mountains of North Ossetia, killing the crew. The Su-34 reportedly crashed during a routine training flight. However, a Russian aviation propagandist said it had happened when the plane had been flying to another airfield. According to eyewitnesses, the fighter bomber crashed into a rock around midnight. More was revealed by military correspondent Sladkov, who quoted this video and wrote an entire post about returning veterans, many of whom will obviously be problematic. He even titled his post, "Protection of Internal Order from Violent Veterans." So this unit in primary was also created specifically to counter other veterans. It will come down to good veterans versus bad veterans. Let's see what comes of this. SMO and protection of internal order from violent veterans. An inconvenient topic, not a good one. But it exists, and we have to voice it. Veterans of the SMO who came on leave beat up a neighbor guy whom I have known since early childhood. He extended his hand to the rude man and got a fist in his eye. I know hundreds of veterans of Afghanistan and Chechnya and the wars in Transnistria and Tajikistan, Abkhazia, and of course, the SMO, no Baragos. Calm, well-mannered guys, many are now adult men. There are rivers of blood behind them. There are a lot of heavy military cases. But they're normal people. But 1 or 2 drunken veterans will start up, shouting, "I am the SMO," causing a scandal and beating whoever comes to hand. Yesterday, I was walking around Rostov. People in camouflage of marginal appearance were sleeping on benches. There were some knapsacks under their heads. And then I met a Marine officer of the 336th Brigade. Pleasant to talk to, discreet, with a girl, sober, wounded 3 times, the last time seriously. 2 universes. There will be victory, there will be demobilization. Our worthy, respected guys, our defenders will leave the army, go to their families, to their native places. Someone, having drunk his dose, will sleep it off and return to peaceful life. Some people won't even drink, and everything will pass. There are many who will be overtaken by PTSD in one form or another. But damn it, there will be those who want to swagger and brawl, destroy and beat. What do? We are ready. But what to do with those who will not go into politics, work, or public activities? With those who will return to where they came from? To a marginal environment. He was not allowed into the restaurant in camouflage. The restaurant does not understand the party's policy. He starts bullying. They push him back, meaning they beat up a veteran of the SMO. How will we respond to such options? An interesting format was proposed by the governor of Primary Oleg Kozhemyako, squads of SMO veterans assigned to help the police. But it's possible that it's not only the newcomers who will have to be calmed down. In short, the theme of violent veteran PTSD exists. It is necessary to prepare not only those who return to civilian life, the veterans, but society is also preparing to welcome its sons back from the war. We must learn to communicate with them, live together, and love them if you want. We don't have juvenile justice. We even raise our loved ones, sometimes so strictly that they won't behave in the future. These veterans, are the children of the motherland. We are waiting for them, but children in normal families, which are the majority, are not allowed to indulge. And this should be the case throughout Russian society. And by the way, veterans of the SMO, who are about to become State Duma deputies and senators, they must help society. Find the path to follow here. In Russian-occupied Ukrainian Donetsk, for the first time since the Russian occupation started in 2013, a massive protest with street blocking took place. Residents of Kirovsky district blocked Kirov Street in desperation because of unbearable living conditions. There are massive water problems and power outages in the city. In some villages, there has been no water since 2022. In some of them, the last water supply was in June. The locals demand to have it at least once every 3 days, as promised by the occupation administration.
Почему диспетчера? Мы звоним регулярно с утра до вечера. Разные ответы.
I understand that there has been a lot of talk lately about exponentially increasing payouts to Russians for signing a death contract. But this morning on Solovyov's, they seem to have another record. Recruits from the Moscow region will receive as much as 5,200,000 rubles for the first year of service. That's close to $60,000. With a 1,900,000 rubles one-off payment for signing as part of that. It seems that Russia is running out of soldiers, and as we saw so far, a lot of payment won't happen anyway. They will just find a way to screw them. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi will arrive on an official visit to Kyiv for the first time since the outbreak of full-scale war. Wire News. The visit is expected to take place in the third week of August, most likely on August 23rd. Earlier this year, President Volodymyr Zelensky held a telephone conversation with PM Modi and invited him to visit Ukraine. On July 8th, PM Modi visited Moscow for the first time since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. This meeting between Putin and Modi was billed as symbolic. On the same day, the Russian army launched a massive missile attack on civilian facilities in Ukraine, and in particular, on the largest children's hospital in Kyiv, Okhmadit. In total, over 40 people, including children, were killed as a result of the attack. As I wrote back then, in my opinion, Putin did that on purpose and timed the attack exactly during Modi's visit. Undoubtedly, the Indian side could draw conclusions from the fact that the background of the visit was the large-scale strike on Ukraine. The next day, Modi told Putin that he experienced pain and horror from the strike on the children's hospital. Solutions and peace talks can't succeed among bombs, guns, and bullets, the Prime Minister said, adding that he called for peace to be achieved in Ukraine through dialogue.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.